Certainly, if we haven't been to Venice, we've seen pictures of St. Mark's Square. It's such an important place. And the symbol of St. Mark, interestingly, because in the reading it says that the devil is like a roaring lion. However, the symbol of St. Mark is the lion. And so you see the lion everywhere as you go throughout the city of Venice, but especially in St. Mark's. There's even a tower at the waterside with a lion above. Because in Mark's gospel, Jesus is always about doing things. He's always out there, like a lion, looking for something to do. But we know what Jesus' ministry is. It's to teach, it's to love, it's to do what the apostles are sent to do also. It's to do what we are called to do as well. Venice was always in opposition with Rome. They were always competing against Rome. And so Venice decided that they needed an important relic. We all know that at Rome, the Vatican, St. Peter's Basilica, is built above the grave where it is believed and where Peter was buried, where his remains continue to be even now. And so Venice wanted to be as important a city as Rome. And so what did they decide to do? Well, nowadays they could probably go onto eBay and get a relic of St. Mark, because they even sell relics on eBay. Believe it or not, they do. But they, because being a very powerful city-state, they went to Egypt and they helped themselves to some relics of St. Mark. And so just as many saints, their relics are around and about. And we know that they're important for us because we venerate the relics of the saints. Here at Catholic TV, we have a relic of the cross and a relic of St. Teresa, St. Therese. At St. Anthony's, we have relics of St. Anthony, of course, St. Anthony of Lisbon. Although he died in Padua, he's one and the same. And so Venice went to get the relics because it was important to them to be an important city. But what they did was they brought a devotion to St. Mark, didn't they? The Doge of Venice built a fantastic, wonderful basilica to St. Mark, and his remains are there. Last October, I had the privilege of celebrating Mass very close to the relic of St. Mark with a group with whom I was traveling. But it's not about the relics, it's not about the traveling, it's about the Lord. The reason why the relics are so important to us is because these men and women served Jesus. They served the Lord fully, completely. And that is what we are called to do. Jesus tells us, those who are baptized and believe will not be condemned. Those who don't believe will. And so we need to ask ourselves, do I believe? Therein lies the challenge, because if I say that I believe, then I am called to serve the gospel. I am called to serve the good news, and we know that the good news is more than just a word. It is Jesus Christ himself. And so we are called, if we believe, to do these things. Perhaps we can't drive out demons or heal as Jesus says the disciples did, but we can, with our love, which comes to us from God, perhaps help someone else drive out a demon. If we are open and welcoming to one another, if we share God's love with one another, perhaps a demon, something that is bothering someone, can leave. Perhaps someone who is plotting evil even may repent of that deed. Perhaps as Christians, as baptized, we don't do enough to spread the good news, to spread Christ's love, to spread God's love. And so we have to challenge ourselves. We ask for the intercession of St. Mark, who followed St. Peter, who is as loving as a son to him, so that we too can go beyond ourselves and proclaim the good news, evangelize as Mark did, as the church calls us to do. And in doing so, why not only spread the good news, we spread Jesus, we spread his love, we spread the salvation which is promised to us by Christ himself through our baptism.